Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? How are we doing on this Friday morning? Welcome in. I'll be listening and working for a while. No worries. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. How you feeling today, my dear? How are you feeling today? So listen, yesterday, morning, Hope, my dear. Hey, Hope, I have to tell you, thank you, love you. You told me what you were doing for work. Um, Anyways, I qualify too. I looked at the other competitor one and my car is too old and my car is too old, but I qualify for this one. So thank you for your idea. You didn't directly mean to give me an idea, but you and I may do the same thing. Morning, Ann. How are you? Thank you for your I found after we got off the live your PayPal donation. Thank you, honey. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Okay, we're going to talk about did y'all see my post? I want to talk about a couple things before we go into who had motive. Yeah, thanks, Hope, honey. Um, I want to talk about who had motive because there's just a few things that are kind of ridiculous that happened yesterday. Did you see me post about that wackadoodle? Thank you, Anne. The wackadoodle who messaged me on Facebook. Hello, beautiful Rose. Well, apparently the wackadoodle who messaged me on Facebook has been out before. I didn't know because as you all maybe remember, I had been blocked from Facebook. I just got on. Welcome in, Krista. Just got into beautiful Rose, Hope Floats, and Vicky. Welcome in, everybody. Um, I just want to talk about this craziness. Let's just go talk about the craziness and about the post that I got because I didn't really know who this woman was. Okay. I had no idea who this woman was. And so I posted it in the Facebook group and I thought it was interesting because um there was some people in the Facebook group who thought I was wasting my time. Um let's just look at my post here. And I don't agree. I had no idea who she was. I haven't heard of everything. And I think I just want to make a point here. There's another post that I'm going to show you from Facebook on my phone. Um, okay. Yesterday, yeah, you read it. Yeah, no, I sent it to the mods but I didn't know who this person was, okay? I didn't know. Well, this is it, Donna. And in the Facebook group, I'm just reminded why I don't like Facebook. I've just been reminded why I don't like Facebook. I saw a picture of my sister yesterday and her new beau and all happy, and I don't want to see my family in there. I'm getting constant notifications for people that I don't want to talk to anymore, but whatever. But Facebook is just its own little niche of clickiness, you know? Um, I posted this in one of the chats and I got a lot of flack for wasting the time. I didn't fucking know who this woman was. If I knew, I wouldn't have posted who is this sicko. Like I just I'm just wild. So I replied to a couple people like, I don't think this is a waste of time. Who are you? Who is any of us? Who are any of us to decide if something is credible or not? So I sent it to the RCMP. And at least the group that I posted in, I posted in two, another group posted it. At least the founder of the group agreed with me and said, I'm not going to ignore this. Like, I just don't understand. Who are you sitting at your home kind of is look past it? Yeah, but it's like FBI is awful. As soon as this case is over, bye-bye Facebook. Yeah, it's so fucking gangster, like clicky. I'm not gonna. We started a Facebook group here, and I don't know if I want to be on Facebook. So we're at this point in time, we're not going to promote it too much. But I'm just saying, like, who are we to decide what is legitimate and what is not? The keyboard warriors, yeah, keyboard cowboys, telling me to fucking ignore it. This is what this person sent to me. This is what this person sent to me. So I sent it to the RCMP. The person here is clearly not well, okay? Clearly not well. That's their picture. Okay. Short hair. I'm not sure if this person's had a sex change. I'm going to read to you what it says. I'm not sure if this person has a sex change. This picture is what this person sent me with different pictures. And there they are. I'm going to say they lightly because with the short hair and the face, it looks like this person could have potentially had a sex change. Just saying. Okay. Just saying. Because, yeah, the top leads us to believe this is a female now, but possibly a male in a prior. Like, there's the picture. There's the face. Brad Turner, Sharon Parr. Okay. Do you see what I see? That this could have been a male prior. So her post, his post, their post says to me, I opened it up yesterday after the live and sent it to the RCMP right away. Too bad people aren't. Yeah. Too bad people aren't paying attention. But anyways, not my problem. I know where they are, and my last name is not in capital letters, Hudson. People seriously need to FK off and stop messaging me about these kids because I'm not telling no one where they are. Oh, and if you give my pic to the RCMP, they'll just laugh in your face. And if you post false information about me online in big, big letters, you'll be charged. Well, I mean, what are you going to charge me with? Exposing your post? Like, what the fuck? The point being, whoever this person is, whether they have knowledge or they're a fucking crackhead, just like the other gentleman that posted from his Facebook from his hospital bed. Oh, I know, Anne. I went off of it because I can't stand it. And then didn't show up for years. Like I had it, but I just never posted anymore because I couldn't stand it with my family and everything else and just can't stand Facebook in general. And it's lower. It like there's a certain layer of energy or vibe in each of the social media posts. Like they all have their own energy, right? Sorry, my hat's driving me nuts. And I'm just not a fan of Facebook. But anyways, so this person apparently is from New Brunswick. Well, I'm going to read to you something else. I'm going to read to somebody else. Yeah. We are not the people to be deciding whether this person has true knowledge or whether they're clearly not well in the head. I mean, that's obvious. Hence my title in the Facebook groups, Who is the Sicko? You know, who's the sicko? Clearly, this person is sick, but who are we to decide to leave it alone? I want you to laugh at something, okay? I thought I would share because that's what the Facebook communities do. The YouTubes post their videos to try to get more viewers. So I thought I would post, let me just go back and show you. And we're going to get into Motive Means Opportunity, but I want to talk about a few posts and comments because it's important, because it's information that's been updated. But I posted, hang on, where is it? Let me find it. I posted one of my videos about the risks. Remember the video I did about the risks? So I posted in Jack and Lily's. Let me just find out which one I posted in. I posted on the risks, the video about, there we are. Okay, let me just clear the background so you can kind of see. Whoops. Okay, this one I posted. Okay, some of the comments. Clickbait that Heather Coates. Heather Courts seems to think that is clickbait. Clickbait. Ellen Gordon Colucci, top contributor. They're smiling in every photo, though these are not abused children. Okay. Okay. Carrie Ulick, Democratic status doesn't mean how much money they have. Hello. Okay. What does risk factors have to do with how much money they have? Did you watch my video? Like, and then Elaine Ann, scammers at their finest. What the fuck, people? What the fuck? Who are these are the idiots of Facebook true crime. These are the fucking idiots that are telling me to ignore somebody like this. I'm sorry. Not everybody has a very logical brain. Like, I'm sorry. Like, risk factors. There was absolutely, if you took the time to watch the video before commenting with your stupid fucking comments, you'd probably understand that this family had the serious markers, risk factors. Jesus H. You know, but to call me a clickbaiter when we're doing a deep dive 3-hour live into whether this family posed risks according to stats from the missing people's research is just wild. Is wild. So when I posted this yesterday, I guess I shouldn't have been surprised about how many people thought that I was wasting my time. We don't fucking know the truth of who took these kids. We absolutely don't know. And if anybody out there thinks they should dismiss anything of any potential credibility, whether you think it's credible or not, is not for you to decide. How would you feel, Mr. and Mrs. Keyboard Warrior, if this woman actually had these kids and you said ignore it because you think she is sick? Yeah, clearly fucking she is sick. I mean, in the picture they sent, let's just go through the pictures. Let's go through the pictures. This person is standing here like this, like, I don't know. The vibe I get is this person wants us to believe that the vibe that I pick up, that they're standing by the Lansdowne River. That's just the feeling I pick. This person wants us to believe that they know something. The facts are right in front and they can't. Yeah, I know. So anyways, it doesn't matter. I don't want to dwell on this too long. Just my point is we are not the people to be deciding what is credible and what is not. So I sent it to the RCMP before I even posted. They can decide. And then I learned that she's come out before, and that's great. And if the RCMP don't believe there's any truth to it, then that's fine. But listen, this woman lives in Nova Scotia. No, it does. I'm not arguing with them, Bolin. I didn't even engage. I responded once just saying to those you that think it's a waste of time, I respectfully disagree. That's all. I'm not engaging. I'm just making a point. Good morning, Deanna. We are not the people to be deciding what a legitimate tip is, just in my opinion. Just my opinion. We are not the people. But listen to this, okay? This is also really important. And it kind of proves my point. And you see it happening in true crime. And I can understand why the police get frustrated doesn't she look pasted next to water? Looks phony to me. It could be. It could totally be, but she's trying to get a vibe out there. But here's the point. This person, there were claims made that she may be related to Shannon, that Vincent was talking about saying she wanted to take the kids away from here. Yeah. But the thing is, Cindy, we don't really know. I found out after the fact the RCMP already had it. But again, would I wanna take the chance? And I wanna make a point because, we all know the story, like, somebody says something, and then it gets translated, and then it gets misinterpreted, and by the time that's somebody that sent me this sick message on Messenger that I found on Wednesday. They sent it, and I reported it yesterday to the RCMP. But, that they claim to know where Jack and Lily are. But anyway, the point being, it's not up to us to decide. And when information goes around, so you can go from one true crime channel and listen to something one person says based on their research, but it's their interpretation. And then it goes around, it becomes fact. And then along the way, something gets lost. And it's just a natural, normal process. Not everybody has all the same information at the same time. Not everybody understands what's going on with the information. I didn't know who the lady was, hence why I posted it, because I hadn't been in the Facebook groups until recently. But I want to point out to something. Hang on, let me get back in the group because somebody pointed something that I thought was very interesting to prove this point about a podcast they listened to. I just gotta try to find it. About a podcast and about how I guess if I can't find it, I can't find it, but how another, um let me see, I'm gonna look one more time. How somebody discovered something about on a podcast about Jack and Lily, and it wasn't until they listened to the podcast that is scary as yeah, this woman is as scary as her horrible behavior. Is shocked that in a case like this, so sad playing games. Yeah, exactly. But yeah. Anyways, I can't locate it now because I had it up, but let me see if I can. Don't forget the big panel tonight. I won't be on it. Regretfully, I tried, but whatever. I won't be on it. I'm trying to find but I am gonna be maybe getting a job. So, ah, okay, anyways, I can't find it. But the point being, it was, about somebody who just got new information and clarity from listening to a podcast, and we're 7 months in, you know? So that's my point. Like, even listening to Daphne last night, there was something she said, I can't remember, but I think that's the case. Do you remember? And actually, she had it incorrect, and somebody in the chat corrected her, and then she went, "Oh, okay, yeah." There's so much information, even somebody like Daphne, who probably knows Shannon and Daphne and everybody that's doing the podcast tonight, probably know more about the case, which is why they're on the panel, and they're all friends too, let's be clear. Um, why they have more knowledge. They have all of the facts, but there's probably even some of them that aren't going to be clear when we watch it tonight on some things, just like Daphne, because there's an overwhelming amount of information. So, anyways, all that to say, it's not for us to decide what's important, just my opinion. Okay, so let's get into this. I do want to talk about should be interested to see who agrees and who clashes opinions and theories. Well, they're all friends. I mean, they've invited their friend groups up. They didn't go with the largest channels for exposure. They went with their friend group. So I doubt there's going to be much clashing. I really doubt it. Yeah, I know. There's always strange characters. I know. Yeah, I know. What is the white thing her left hand is almost touching? I don't know. I didn't give it much credence. Like, I just wanted I think you'll watch tomorrow. Yeah. Um, anyway. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I just got a bad vibe. I think this person's sick. I got a very bad they aren't really clashing people. No, they're all friends. That's what the group's about. It's about who's in the friendship group, not who's got the biggest channels, because there's people in there that with very small channels, smaller than this one, that are going to be there because they're friends, and that's fine. I just was hoping for an opportunity because I've helped smaller creators out and I've never been given the opportunity by another creator to help me blow up my channel and get some exposure, other than Justin once with the audio from Clutch Them Pearls over a year ago. But it is what it is. So let's get into, I want to comment though about something that somebody pointed out to clarify in the comment section. Did I take about the timeline? Where are your comments? This is what we talked about yesterday, Krista. If there's two channels running, if you're on the cell phone, which you are, because I can tell by the phone beside your name, you're not going to see the comments. They are friends, yes. However, some of them have very different point of views on things, should put out on about theories. So why I say I'll be interested to see all the same. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. There's also a rumor somebody posted. I don't know if it's true. Somebody commented that apparently, I don't know how true this is, that they possibly found a body located where the bath mats and everything were located. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is. So anyways, let's get into what I want to talk about today. But I do want to make a reference because we were asking yesterday. Say what? Huh? Say what to what, Donna? I don't remember. See, there's a lag. So by the time you're typing in, I've already thought, and I live in Pick 2, haven't heard anything yet. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Again, apparently it was posted in Shannon's chat. I live in Pick 2. So I'm in Nova Scotia, haven't heard or seen anything about. Okay. So I don't know how true it is, but somebody posted in Shannon's chat. Apparently, again, don't know either. Haven't heard a thing either. Oh, but what I did want to say about this woman in New Brunswick. That was what the comment was that I wanted to say about this person being in New Brunswick. Apparently, according to the podcast, the police actually requested a FOIA request for traffic cameras going on the highway to New Brunswick, where this woman claims is supposedly lives. So I don't know. Did they look into her? Maybe. Yeah. So maybe they did look into her. Okay. So, but there was a comment I heard that's not true. Okay. Okay. Thank you, honey. I would think it wouldn't be, because I think we would have heard about it by now for sure. Malaya to get help and pull it together. I think they believe they need her for truth. Daniel and Janie wasn't quality in some way. They would have told and turned evidence. Yeah, I mean, it could be. It could be. It totally could be. But the other thing I want to comment on, because we were talking yesterday about who delivered the information to the RCMP first. Okay. Whether it was Brad or Justin. And remember, we were pulling up the articles and there was there's two articles that say the different things. So somebody clarified, thank you, on the post from yesterday's live from my channel. And let me see if I can pull it up. They commented, because I want to always be accurate in our information. They posted, so what happened was on the police scanner, it was said that the police saw Justin and ran into Justin, who was on his way to work and was by the Lord Park, the campground across the street that's closed, the one right across the street that was closed, that Justin, I'm sorry, did I say something else? Justin, sorry, Cindy. Justin saw all the traffic, and somehow he ended up talking on his way to work with the RCMP investigators the morning of Jack and Lily's disappearance at 9:00 in the morning or something, just after they arrived, and said he heard noises, and he told them, I'm on my way to work right now. I can't talk to you, but I heard noises at the house last night. That was the morning of May 2nd, apparently the neighbor Justin on the scanner, and so he was the first to report. Then they confirmed with Brad and caught up to him. Okay? So he reported it on the scanner the morning of, according to this post, it was on the scanner that this officer ran into Justin, the neighbor. Okay, thanks, Donna. So we have some clarity because I was trying to understand why I don't believe and trust in Brad Wong. I mean, I get this feeling that, why did I get the vision of Brad? I don't understand. Okay. I don't, still trying to understand it, but it makes more sense to me now. Hey, Veronica. It makes more sense now if Justin validated and then Brad substantiated. So goes back to, remember my theory when I said, yes, when they were setting up the search. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know who helped Daniel, if Daniel was the one to remove the kids, but I do believe he had help. I do believe he had help if he removed them. And I said, even if I was wrong, what if it wasn't Daniel? Let's just hypothetically, because we talked about this before. What if it wasn't Daniel? What if the police are right and Daniel, they believe, passed the polygraph and had no involvement? Right? What if? Just what if? Just hypothetically. I'm going to show you what I mean. So now I think his vehicle may have been the other 911 call was made about saying he was in the parking lot and there was a lady found odds. That's they didn't follow up on properly. His vehicle may have been the other 911 call was made about saying he was in the parking lot. Okay, that fair enough. Could be. So do we think the story is accurate that Justin was going to work? Do we believe that he was going to work, or did he remove the kids? But Daniel said they only asked if he unalived the kids and never asked if they stashed them. Well, that's why I think he wanted a new polygraph. That's just my interpretation of him wanting a new polygraph. Okay. So let me just go back to what I was saying earlier, okay? Let's just hypothetically go with my original theory, which was that Daniel didn't have any involvement, but somehow Brad's involved. Let's just hypothetically, let's just go with that for a second. Justin reports to the police he hears a car coming and going to and from, and then back towards Laird, right? Well, what if somebody else's car was coming? Like, how does he know it was Justin or Daniel's car going to and from? He didn't see the car. What if it was someone else's car? Or, right, the Brad Wong theory, when I said, we're all assuming, because Justin said it, that a car went from Daniel's to the blanket, from Daniel's to the blanket, or from Daniel's. Sorry, I'm in the reverse. From Daniel's to the blanket, from Daniel's to the blanket, from Daniel's to the blanket. What if somebody was going from the blanket to the Daniels, from the blanket to the Daniels, the other way? Do you know what I'm saying? The report was a black CRV. Our RCMP said there was a black Kia down the road. People fishing left it at no further follow-up. Yeah. Yeah. And it's really weird because I didn't say it at the beginning, but at the very beginning, like, I just when they came out about the party being there, I definitely felt a black SUV. I definitely felt a black SUV, but not a CRV. It wouldn't have been a CRV. It would have been more like a Pathfinder, like Malaya's white car, but in black. I don't know. I picked up on that energy. I really did. But anyways, all that to say, I'm wondering if if my theory is correct and Brad was potentially involved, if he heard Justin saying something and he was the one going back and forth, would he then jump in and I don't think Justin's bald. I think Brad is bald on the top of his head. Um, would Brad go in and substantiate, because it was Brad, wasn't it Brad that said he could see the lights and he saw who was driving? Wasn't that Brad that said that? So I'm just curious. I'm just curious. It's just a theory, because again, I have my theory, but until these kids are located, we have to go with every possible theory we can. We have to go with every possible theory we can. So sometimes you just know the sound of people's vehicles. Yeah, absolutely. I get that, but that's not what was reported, I don't think. I thought that Brad said he saw Daniel driving. So I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But did he see Daniel driving? Is the question. So, anyways, let's get into um let's get into it. Let's get into who had motive means opportunity. I'm just gonna pull up my stream. Um, don't forget to go check out tonight's I'm just gonna first pull this video up, because sometime it was assumed that Brad made the comment about it being a crack house and not knowing the kids lived there, which would be odd because it would be a lie. It was assumed that Brad made the comment about it being a crack house. Well, how would he know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyways, I am just trying to understand. I had a vision of Brad long before we knew who. I didn't even know who he was. I just described him, and it came in on the live. It came in during one of my lives. And I had a vision of him and didn't know who it was until DT showed his picture. So I just don't know what his involvement is here, but I cannot dismiss my visions. Like, they don't just show up in my brain for no reason. It's what it means is what's really bothering me. It's what's really bothering me. So it's bothering me a lot. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm really trying to understand if it was Brad, not Daniel. Did Justin say he heard something and Brad jump in because it was Brad going back and forth? That's all. That's all I want to say. But I think there's a diversion for sure at the very least. I believe your first vision dream about the barn. I believe about the barn, the older guy, the guy with the long dark hair, and the guy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. It's crazy. And the way it unfolded is also crazy. And then Shannon tells me when she came in on our live that she's found, I got goosebumps. I get goosebumps. I'm saying this. Another Lawrence Getty's, and a possible other barn. So I zeroed in on the black barn because we knew that was Lawrence Getty's, Durwood Getty's, but apparently there's another one, potentially, a potential other one. Yeah, well, see, Cindy, I think Brad is bald on the top of his head. No, he reported being able to hear the vehicle clearly and see the glare of the head. Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But the police have come out and said they don't have anything to substantiate that on camera. So are they discrediting Brad's account? Are they discrediting Brad's account? Derwin isn't bald. No, but I think Brad Wong is at the very top of his head. Here, let me just see. I'm going to pull up. Hope sent me a private picture when we were going through some stuff yesterday. And Hope, let me just find. Is that him though? Well, okay, look. He's got a shaved head in this picture, Brad. He's got a shaved head. He's not totally bald, but could he be mistaken for being bald? There's Brad Wong. There's Brad Wong. Could he be mistaken for being bald? Yeah. Well, this is it, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, he's not bald. He's not bald, but I'm just showing you, that's why I showed you the picture when he shaves his head. It's not that I think he's bald. Does he have like a completely bald, like a bald patch at the top, you know? Like a bald patch at the top? I don't know. I don't know, but let's get into the topic for today. We're gonna watch a very fast video that I wanted to show yesterday on the math, and the mass and the mindness, the madness, and we ran long, so I didn't get into the madness piece. This is AB. And this is the review because I didn't want to go in and do like 2 hours of Daniel's chats, but I do want to show it. But AB just did a video. You've probably seen some of this already. Go gat tree fell in the wind and no one sees it. Yeah, I know. I know, Hope, but it's like that energy of that woman is just wild. So let's watch AB here, because this is the madness piece I wanted to talk about. When we talk about who had motive in a minute after this, like I really want to go through who had motive, because in order, that's why I named this channel Motive.Means.Opportunity, and I think I'm going to try to get into more of that sort of a look on cases, just the structure, because you can't have a crime. I mean, you don't need to show motive, but in order to have a crime, the three things need to be present. Motive means opportunity. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But first, let's listen to this that AB put together. This is the madness piece. And then we're going to talk about the players and who had motive. Who had motive? Now that we know about these people more, we can go back and maybe look at the motive. Okay. So let's go see who had motive.
Third, if he was out, the third baseman wasn't even close to the bag, he wasn't going to get picked off. Okay. If
hey,
was
Carla, how are you?
On that baseline, he would have scored easily, especially if he dove. If he dove in that sense. But I'm not going to hold it against him. Shit. It was crushing. It was crushing. Now
I love AB. He makes me laugh. He makes me laugh.
Excuse me. When Joe hit that dinger off Mitch.
I ended up postponing.
Anyway,
I'll have my grandson tomorrow, so I will watch tonight's live. I'll have him tomorrow now after a sleepover. So I will be on tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. again. I do want to do a Nick Reiner update as well, just FYI this weekend. So I might do that tomorrow morning because I think after last night's live, people are going to be still watching that. Those that missed it, and it's going to run long, I think. So I'll probably do a Nick Reiner update tomorrow morning because there's a lot of stuff coming out that's super interesting. So remember, this too was just a lady driving by that happened to see somebody parked there. And yes, odds was given the kids were reported missing. Absolutely. Wasn't it the lady that was like short hair being reported to be close to the car, calling the kids like as if she was bringing the kids into her back seat? Yeah. Well, yeah. So we just don't know. Okay, let's listen to this. I'm going to stay on the topic here for a second. Let's go.
What's going on, Bonnie Randall? Fuck, my heart is broken. I can't believe it. But listen, there's some good to come out of this because
I love AB's sense of humor.
Next season, the boys will have all kinds of confidence, the good kind of confidence, the experienced confidence, not the first round draft pick type of confidence. They went to the show. They should have won the show. They did win the show. They won it all. Except they were one step away. Anyway, what fucking bullshit game that was. Man. Anyway, what's going on, Bonnie Randall? You're really hoping for some dope dramatic readings tonight? I don't know what is to read. We'll go over it, Bonnie. But we're definitely here to talk about it, Absolutely, we're here to talk about it.
Okay, let's go.
All kinds of screenshots we have. Whatever you want to talk about in that sense. This really seals his fate in a public setting.
Yeah. He's going to go through the texts. Daniel's
Like
mad
it or not,
texts. That's what the madness piece was
it
from
seals
yesterday.
Daniel's fate. Because now we know what contributed and what likely happened to those poor kids. Now, just think about the type of person old Danny boy is.
As soon as we're done this, which is a short video, we're going to get
Say
into
what?
Motive.
I'm still puking in my mouth a little from Dirty Daniel's latest. So what? Are you jealous because you don't have Danny coming over to feel you up? Feel
Gross.
you up?
Gross, AB. It's so gross.
That's romantic AF.
So gross.
Mr. Romance. Wow. Could you even imagine being sober and saying that to somebody?
Hey, AB, I didn't realize AB is also Canadian and he doesn't live far from me. So hello, AB, if you're watching this, love your humor.
Dude, you're not even with this chick yet. You're supposed to be putting on your best behavior. And here you are telling her that you're going to essentially R her.
Jesus, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. Like sick brain, you know?
It's not even in the heat of the moment. This is like preamble. This is messages through messages. Oh, hey, hon. Can't wait to see you a little later. Hey, cool fish. Oh, I'm looking. Do you want me to pick up some food? Maybe we can have a romantic night in. No, what do you want to do to me? No invitation. It's just, hey, you know what? Tomorrow,
Janie must be so proud.
Malaya and my
Someone
bed,
says on the
and
chat.
Janie's bed. Janie's out in the RV tomorrow. I'm going to feel you up. Then I'm going to force open your legs.
I can't.
In a non-consensual way. It's not even fun to joke about scenarios like this, but it's funny. We're joking about the fact that old Danny boy is using it as, a way to attract the opposite sex. That wouldn't even attract friends in prison. Even prisoners like it in a more romantic sense than that. What the hell goes on in that man's head? Who teaches him this shit? He's watching too much porn. He's on Pornhub overload. Fucking weirdo. He turned into a pervert, dude.
Oh my God, my stomach is in like.
Say what says. I can hear him say my hard cack in his accent, and it's very disturbing. Oh, gross.
We just need a bit of levity, okay? We need a bit of levity. So we're going to get into seriousness in a second with who had motive. But
you, cool fish.
AB's sense of humor is brilliant.
I hope to God he was hands off with Lilly and Jack. He is so twisted, in my opinion. Well, the issue is that he has admitted and bragged to this gal that he's taken the substance every day for years.
Yeah.
Is that Mike Demand? Yeah, this is statement analysis. Hey, good to see you, Mike. I got all my names
in the
switched
chat.
up, so I'm done normally trying to identify people. Can't see anybody, but I do see Mike. Good to see you. Listen, there's no going back from this because what it does is allows everybody out here to talk about the case and the situation in a way that's accurate, right? And this isn't something that Danny in the background is making up as a lie. Nobody makes up the fact that they're a hardcore drug addict, but it's okay. This is him trying to find somebody who he is complicit with his lifestyle. He's trying to meld them into a certain way that he can have his cake and eat it too, because this, we may as well just call it Pervitin. We'll call it Pervitin because that's what it was called in Nazi Germany. So I don't know how Daniel's taking it. It's probably escalated too. He wants her to know. Come on now. You want her to know that this substance just destroys people, but not yourself. This is probably the same thing all addicts tell themselves in that sense. And that's part of the danger of this.
I also want to just add in, because I've been watching this Nick Reiner thing, and there was a psychiatrist talking, and there was a lot of um, reporting about what his drug addiction does to the brain. And actually, on the behavior panel, Chase, who I love, who talks about psyops, has brought it up. You know, when you deal with meth and drugs of this kind at a very young age, even marijuana, if you're young, when you start, it really fucks up your brain. And then there's a repeated theme, if you will, with the Nick Reiner case on the substance abuse and when you're young, how it can really rewire your brain into aggression and uncontrollable anger and bad behavior, which is what we were talking about when we were looking at the risk factors. So I just think it's really interesting. I really think the drugs had a part in this. In messing up how he thinks. Maybe I could completely be wrong, but I wonder. How's that for a better analogy? I'm curious to see if his thinking is completely effed up due to long time usage of drugs at a young age.
It's part of the danger of the
No, I know.
mathematics.
Yeah.
Even worse, the fact that Daniel thinks it actually helped him. Why selling yourself short to begin with? Daniel, oh Danny. So a lot of people are bringing up in the comments section whether or not I think Justin was not mentioning the girlfriend's name, and she's one of them's out already, and people are saying Taylor in that sense. Well, yeah, I think girlfriend number 2 is probably Taylor, but he was sharing new corroborating messages between the two, because the first time around we didn't get to see them all. One moment, please. Have you seen this, Mike? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this admission. I'll let you in on something. I've done many rugs, but my brain can handle it. There's individuals out there that get destroyed by rugs and lose their perspectives on life. He spells their THERE. He's talking about how intelligent he is, and he's got so many grammatical errors in this. This is like a meme, brother. This is meme level funny. How many things can you point out in this particular meme? The more that you stare at it, the more stick out to you. It's like a little brain teaser. I'll let you in on something. He goes and corrects himself down here. That's how you know he's a dumbass. Why wouldn't you just take the time in correcting it? So obviously you're not really processing what it is that you're saying. And then you go on to go and gaslight spell check. No, spell check didn't correct that. You're telling me spell check, Daniel, spell check fucked up and spelled their THERE as opposed to what it's programmed to do and fix grammatical errors? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this guy's just a fucking douche. Dude, you're straight up lying to her, and it's so illogical. Spell check would have helped you. Yeah, spell check sucks. It didn't pick up any of your grammatical errors, dude. That's what it says to me. It's so comedic. This, if it wasn't so, morbid, I guess it's dark comedy. What a fucking douchebag. You have to get your laughs where you can, I guess. Just blame it on serious fuck. Who's gonna fix my spelling? I can't rely on this spell check. I'll let you in on something. I've done many drugs, but my brain can handle it. There's individuals out there that get destroyed. This sounds like the opening line as to like what you would edit up for like a say no to drugs campaign or stay away campaign. If you couldn't edit it,
Daniel, Daniel, the poster boy for why meth is healthy.
From the perspective of somebody who's trying to hook somebody on, substances or get them groomed into exploitation in that sense.
Oh God.
Please, honey. Hold on. I'll let you in on something. I've don't many drugs, but my brain can handle it. Are you sure? That's the sort of ego. The first thing to go is your ability and caring of spelling or pronunciation, your communication. So he goes on to say, no, babe, I did it every day for many years. Fuck, we can tell, brother. No doubt. We can tell. Like this dude, What would possess him to open up to her in such a way if he wasn't looking for somebody to party with in that sense? He's constantly looking for that coke and sluts party type of gal. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like who finds this attractive? Like who will be okay with me as a
No wonder Jamie
father,
was
meth
looking at
head,
them
missing
sideways.
kids person in bum, in the
Jamie was
middle
looking at
of
Taylor sideways
a
from across the fence.
trailer
Oh, shit.
park
Looks like I'm
environment
sleeping in the RV
in the
tonight.
middle of nowhere. I was going to say in the middle of but I live in the middle of nowhere and I like
That's
it.
nasty.
So
Who's saying that?
I don't
House music?
quite yet live in
House
the middle
music
of
says
nowhere.
that
I'm
is
close
nasty
to the
word.
nowhere. But there's not a lot of there's
So now
probably
we
not a
can
lot of
talk to Daniel
choices,
all about
attractive
how he
choices
believes
out
or how he
there. There's
thinks
not a
this-
huge population, and
these
somehow
substances that he's been taking.
somehow Daniel thinks it's okay. Yeah, it's warped. Very warped thinking. We're going to move on from this in a little bit, in a few minutes, and move on to the
Every day
motive.
for many years affected Jack and Lily's life.
Yeah, exactly.
So now people out there they don't even have to guess. They don't even have to subscribe, to one way or the other. Now it's just out there and it's well known that you're a tweaker. You're a tweaker, dude. Remember, Daniel, when you were over in Mike's live chat demanding that they not bring up rugs, or you were going to leave? Oh, yeah, that happened. You can go back and see it. You can go back and look at it. Fuck, that's out the window. That's a trigger point for Danny. Oh, Children's Aid Society has him on supposedly.
Yeah, exactly.
He's being screened for
kind of
substances. What that's
kind of crazy, isn't it?
And by the way, you can get around
crazy.
That. It's not a perfect test.
The fact that people would find this attractive is upsetting at best for these young women.
The damage has already been done in this circumstance. Don't care about his future plans, his current plans, what he does on the weekends at this point. It doesn't matter, does it? We care about how it contributed
Jack and Lily.
With Jack and Lily.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's definitely coercion involved. This is a toxic relationship. Malaya is more the type of person I don't think that she would fight back in any way. So she was checked out, if you will, emotionally and mentally. And Daniel was taking over this power role because he's the one who knocked this woman up. That's his property in there. Now she has to abide by whatever weird rules that he's going to bring up. I wonder what happened to that Grand Special Agent Constable Kent. You mean Kent Corbett? Hey, Kent, what do you think about these messages? You're enabling these tweakers. You have been since the get-go. Why? I'm going to push you down that fucking hill right into Halifax Harbor, boy. That's right.
Ow, it hurts to
laugh. I'm not even going to throw you a life jacket.
Oh my God.
Selling fucking keychains, branding Jack and Lily. Such a fool. Thank God he admitted it. Who's talking there?
It's disgusting.
April.
Disgusting.
April, thank God he admitted it because however would we have known? It's interesting. It's interesting no matter what way you paint it. And it's weirdly factual.
Yeah.
It's just a little slice into how he really is in the background. Think about how that contrasts with the Danny he likes to portray in front of the camera. Maybe we should go have a look.
Yeah, Michelle, for
Danny
sure.
Martel, just a second. Now that we know that you're a tweaker and love to brag about it to the ladies, we should go over to the CBC. We should go over to the CBC and pull up this list. One of his playlists, the Jack and Lily playlist. We'll go way back to the beginning. Way back to the beginning. 6. Well, right back to the first one. Let's see. Hold on. Let's make things a little different here. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight, by the way. So our screenshots are growing in the back. We could go through all of these different screenshots and all of what Daniel says, but we don't need to tonight. We'll take a little peruse back. You need to digest that information. Daniel's come out of the closet and admitted to the world that he is a fucking tweaker and it's not affecting his brain, and he's done it every day for years. Do you hear that, RCMP? I'm probably pretty sure you already knew that. Yeah, it is interesting to see how he lies, Mike. Recognize these patterns. Let me see. Let me change this up quickly. Make
6-year-old Lilly Sullivan and her brother, 4-year-old Jack Sullivan, are still missing in this rural area of northeastern Nova Scotia.
I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything.
So what do you make of the fact that they are bringing the cadaver dogs in?
Well, I'm actually pretty happy about that because it's been about 3 months. I've been asking for them.
Oh, actually, isn't there all kinds of rules around that word actually when you're using that in a sentence, Mike? Actually, it was something that I've been pushing for. So apparently this was the day that he left the bruises all over his girlfriend. What's up with that, Danny? What's up with that? Jordan, you hearing this? Do you approve of men putting their hands on the ladies? What's going on, Chelsea?
And it's just been delayed, I guess, till now.
Yesterday on Daphne's live, apparently Daphne said she knows for a fact that is currently stalking Malaya right now. That's what Daphne said on her live yesterday. This guy's not well. He's not well. And if he is stalking Malaya, I hope the police are actively tracking that.
But I know things take time and dogs are hard to get.
Yeah.
So what does this say to you? Because, I mean, they are dogs searching for human remains.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know.
Yeah, Daphne's live last night. She did too. She did Summer Wells, and she went on and did Jack and Lily, and I was working in the background. And she said she knows for a fact that he is currently stalking Malaya. She has. Apparently she has. Apparently she has. That is why we have to teach our young. Exactly. That's exactly my point. That's exactly why I was trying to be educational when I posted the video about risk factors, only to have people go who haven't even watched my video say it was clickbaity. It's like, this isn't click fucking baity. This is, are the signs, do we have the available opportunity? I've talked to close friends and I've asked, I'll check that again though. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy, question, honey. Are you Cindy like Malaya's mom, Cindy? Because you seem to know a lot of things, which is totally fine. And if you are, that's great. And if you're not, my apologies. And if you are and you want to come up here, this is a safe space to talk. And if you're not, that's totally fine. You just seem to have a lot of knowledge about the case. And if she hasn't reported a peace bond, I hope she does, because I think he's very dangerous. I think he can be very, very dangerous. I mean, we're talking about the madness right now as we listen to this guy.
That it's going to be really hard work now that there's so much vegetation in the woods, but I'm pretty happy that they're going to be able to do it. I even hope that they bring more than one dog if they have access to more than one dog.
He is funny, yeah.
Stumbling. You even hope? Even. Actually. I think that word's a bit of leakage. Actually. You can say that leakage? Yeah, I think you could. You definitely could in this scenario with Daniel, because he lies on damn near everything.
So what are you happy about? What do you hope this will bring?
I would just like to see maybe the social media speculation, theories, and accusations. Maybe they're not going to stop, but slow down.
Fuck, that's one hell of a priority. Priority. Old priority for Daniel here. Number one priority is for people in all of the speculation to die down, especially if it involves him. Nothing to do with wherever the heck Jack and Lily are. What poor memory he has. Disorganized thought. You shouldn't even have to try in these circumstances, Daniel. You lie about everything else. How is it you can't lie in a way that's going to benefit you and not contradict everything? There's no way out. There's no way out of this for you, Danny. It's just a matter of time before you pop.
Mm-hmm.
You need to confess. And that's probably not going to happen. not in the way that we hope. There's going to come a day very, very soon where the RCMP are going to be able to have all kinds of pieces of info that fell into place over this 7+ months, this evidence gathering, and they're going to be able to trip you, especially you, up. And the fact that you're not going to want to answer a series of really hard questions is going to lead to a preliminary inquiry, which in turn is going to lead to your trial.
Let's hope.
And you can deny and come off on the stand just like this, but it's going to mean that there's not going to be any break. You can't fix what you did to Jack and Lilly. What is it you're trying to protect? They'll have Malaya as a surprise witness on the stand. It's not going to be very difficult. You can almost expect Malaya to testify willingly against Daniel.
Okay, thank you.
They've got to do this carefully, not fuck it up. I wish I knew what the RCMP knew.
Thank you, Cindy.
But I can only speculate at this time.
Because at this point, they're getting ridiculous.
So are you thinking that the dogs will go in there and won't find anything?
I know for 100% they won't find anything.
Why? How do you know?
Probably why they waited this long to do it. It's just...
What? Why would they wait that long to do it if they knew they would not find anything? That makes no sense. And just asked again, it was told not that anyone's been made aware of yet on the photo. Okay, thank you. Well, frig ado, make sure somebody tells her, because Daphne said it on her live. Go back and listen. I'm not going to go back and play it to find that one moment, but she said it last night that she knows for a fact that she's being stalked. I don't know how she knows that Malaya is being stalked by him.
Keep the public informed, I guess, that they're hard at work.
Do you think it will rule things out?
Yeah, I think we'll rule a lot of things out. We'll rule out that the RCMP are, working hard, and there's no human.
Look, this guy has no fucking idea what it is that he's saying. So you can rule out the RCMP are working hard. He's avoiding at all costs. He's just overlooking. He's just omitting words in these sentences. You're not saying anything. She's even helping you out. She's leading you. You don't think it might rule some things out, like any sort of suspicion on yourself? You don't even want to talk on that, even though you're talking around it and alluding to things like that.
I don't know, honey. I don't
you
know.
Want to engage with her.
I have no idea why Daphne said that. Go ask her tonight in the live. Go ask her on the live tonight.
Remains on the property.
Is there any piece of you that's preparing for the fact, like, what if they do find?
So it's funny how all of a sudden he gets specific there, right? About finding remains on the property. What about everywhere else? What about everywhere else? You think you could show a little bit more enthusiasm for something that you wanted, or at least you actually said that you wanted, actually.
Something.
No, because I didn't do anything. I know Malaya didn't do anything. I know my mother didn't do anything. Those are 3 people on the property. I mean,
could you fucking believe this? Can you believe that? What's anything? I know we didn't do anything. Fuck, they did something. He did something. He's always eager to include other people in the moment too. A little bit of shade.
I don't know, honey. I don't know, Cindy.
I know Jane, you didn't do anything. I know Malaya didn't do anything. I know I didn't do anything. What anything? Anything? What do you mean anything? What is anything in regards to what? In relation to what? What happened to Jack and Lilly?
I just don't understand why anybody finds this guy attractive. Like, I don't see what anybody sees in this guy as attractive. A meth head. I don't get it.
And why, Daniel, do you not want to?
I don't know, honey. I don't know, Cindy.
A timeline of events.
No idea. Like I said, you're going to have to ask Daphne tonight. I don't know.
When you called 911. It's here. It's touch and go. It's here and there, but it's anywhere but clear. It's missing all kinds of time. All that time that wasn't worth remembering. Well, Google did a little bit of remembering for you. There had to have been something. Why isn't there all this time that's passed? You've had all of this time to work on one timeline, and you can't even come up with it. You come up with more excuses and justifications as to why you don't have one. It doesn't bend the rules in this circumstance. It doesn't make you any more innocent. It makes you look even more guilty. And that's what it's going to look like in that court of law. And they're going to insert all of the minutes and all of the hours of those empty spots in that timeline for you based upon witness accounts, corroborating testimony, maybe a couple of surprise witnesses. They're going to fucking get you, Daniel. You better get control of this really quick. And that includes admitting to police what happened that night so that the public doesn't come out and hang you from a lamppost, and they're already going to, especially where you're going.
Yeah, it could be Carla.
I mean, after the polygraph exams, they should have known right there.
Could be.
We didn't kill
I
any of
don't
the kids,
know.
or we didn't kill the kids.
After the first, let's just establish a baseline. It's going to be difficult on a sociopath like this asshole. But it was still part of the process, and it's going to be again, and they're going to get you back in that polygraph again, and they're going to ask you more questions. They're going to compare it, not to say that you passed or failed. They'll tell you it worked in your benefit. They'll tell you whatever they have to.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
As you go on pretending that you're innocent, as this case builds against you, it's going to be a whole another world in that courtroom, because that's when it matters. That's when the polygrapher gets to take the stand and explain all of their findings and all of these little jumps and certain questions that they're going to ask you as soon as they figure out what questions you are most sensitive to in that sense. And wouldn't you know it? The rugs is one of them, Daniel. Your substance abuse disorder is going to trigger that response that gets that heart pumping. Oh, and it's accurate. And they're going to find a little weak spot in there, and they're going to go in and they're going to get you. They're going to get you. They're going to get you to tell them, the bare minimum, that you admitted you lied to them. And it can be about any number of things, my friend. Because there's so many lies to deal with when it comes to all of this, and they all lead back to the same.
Hold on, I'm just trying to find it.
To Jack and Lilly Sullivan. And why are you lying? It never works out on your behalf.
Why do you think that they're not possibly, like, why that they didn't possibly wander into the woods?
Well, with the amount of resources that were used, and I mean, for everything from drones, to helicopters, to classified technology, and all the searchers on the ground. I mean, searchers on bicycles. They did everything. On the pipeline, they took in ATVs and Argos and side-by-sides.
See, there he goes. He's repeating exactly what the CBC.
Okay, I got it. Her last night's stream pulled up. Let me
Pull
just
it back to her. That's exactly how that video started a few shots ago, just in this particular live stream. Drippy, what's going on? Daniel says 100% they're not in the woods. He also says there was no accident. So does that mean what happened to the kids?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
He seems to know so much. Exactly, Drippy. Great questions.
42 minutes in.
Real Aristotle up in my live chat. It's not very difficult. Everybody's recognizing the deception. People are recognizing and asking the right questions.
I don't know, honey.
Have you ever heard of a tweaker lying? Does a bear shit in the woods? Tweakers lie.
I found the moment in Daphne's stream. So we'll go to that
pattern all along, including to Malaya. To
in
all of the
30 seconds because we're done here.
Yeah, what do you account to that there?
Okay, so let's go. That was the end of that anyway. I found it. Hang on. Let me just send it to myself in an email. Because you guys want to see it, we're going to show it. It's going to take us 30 seconds, but we'll do it. Excuse me, I will show you. My friends, I will show you. There's so much to do to keep up on top of. Like, it's like I really can see why a lot of creators just do one case, because it's a lot to just keep on top of when you want to be like in depth like this, right? Okay, so 42. Okay, I'm going to share this. We're going to listen for a little bit. 100% the Boylan family, so we know. Okay, we're going to listen to this for a little bit, but you'll see where it comes up, okay? This is Daphne's case files. Let's just change the banner. And then we're going to go back to Motive. Yeah, exactly. He was using rugs when they were missing. Okay, listen to Daphne here.
But he says he went to bed at 9:09. Did that really happen? I'm just curious. Yeah, he said he did. He said he recorded 30 minutes of a river or culvert or something, but using his phone's flashlight. Sent a 30-minute video to Malaya. Yeah, thank you. But I remember him specifically saying that he used his phone's flashlight because it was dark or whatever. And I'm thinking, a phone's flashlight sucks. It fucking sucks. Like, my phone's flashlight is shit out where I live, guys. I can't even see a freaking damn, I can't see nothing with my phone's flashlight. I can't even see in front of my face, right? Yep, he recorded 30 minutes and
There's
talked about a hill.
Shannon
Yeah,
on
and he
the
showed
chat.
me the recording. A hill, there you go, with like the river or culvert or something, right? Hi, Debbie, good to see you. Oh, you're late, Joyce. I'm gonna give
Yes,
you 25 minutes left.
exactly,
You're
folks.
tired
That's
from walking
exactly
the dog.
right.
Yeah,
Thank
I hear
you.
I get like that too.
You're right. I knew that we heard this before. You're right. Daniel himself mentioned something about not trying to park too close to her, right?
She walks
Is
me
when he
inside.
was visiting
So-
her at CPS, but keep listening. It comes up any second here in Daphne's chat from last night.
If it gets dark there at 8:30 and he went to bed at 9:09 that night, how did he do his 30-minute how did he do his 30-minute freaking recording? That's just weird, right? Yeah, that's just freaking weird to me, you guys. It just popped up in my head and I'm like, that just sounds odd to me. Okay. All right. Where are we at? All right, here we go. This is Saturday day. So Malaya got me something to eat Saturday morning. Then I continued searching. At this point, I started searching further out, approximately 5 to 6 kilometers out. Remember that, 5 to 6 kilometers out, to not interfere with the search dogs.
Excuse me.
The way the dogs work is they detect molecules in the air or on surfaces that are not naturally occurring. So me being ahead of the dogs could leave me being ahead of the dogs.
Thank you,
could
honey.
leave
Thank you.
my
I appreciate it.
scent and
Thank you.
disrupt any possible findings. So I stayed far away.
Hang on, I'm looking for the exact
Well,
moment.
being further out in the woods, I sent Malaya a photo on, there you go, of Snapchat of my locations because there was service because of the high elevation. So he was 5 to 6 kilometers out in high elevations, away from the dogs.
I think I went too far back. Sorry.
Which way could that have been?
Hang on.
You know, this had to have been before 5 o'clock, right? You could barely see. But think about it. Like, oh, Joyce, enjoy your dinner, honey. You make me some dinner. Actually, I got some banana bread.
Hang on, I might have gone too far.
Someone made from, and recorded 30 minutes of a culvert and river or something to show Malaya.
I just saw it.
Do you guys remember that?
I just saw it when I pulled it up.
Justin's living in 2035. What interview did he say?
I know I'm close. It's
we're
just
best
find the
friends?
exact minutes.
Best friends. What interview did he say we're best friends? I'm confused. Do you guys remember? You guys remember that, right? You all okay? Angel Rings remembers. Okay, so listen. Daniel said that he took his cell phone out and used the flashlight on it. It was at night, right? It was at night on Friday night, and he took a recording for Malaya. It was about 30 minutes. Thank you, Joyce. Do you remember? Oh, you left the walk doggo when I was doing my other one, right?
Sorry, guys.
So
I'm just
think about
looking for the
this.
exact moment of a 2-hour
dark,
live.
Right? May 3rd. No, excuse me, May 2nd.
And I just saw it, but
around
I'm
8:30, right?
somewhere
In
close.
Nova
But
Scotia. So if he recorded for 30 minutes in the dark, but he says he went to bed at 9:09.
wets the bed. It sounded like she was going to
I'm
say.
just curious. Yeah, he said he did. He said he recorded 30 minutes of a river or culvert or something, but using his phone's flashlight. Sent a 30-minute video to Malaya. Yeah, thank you. But I remember him specifically saying that he used his phone's flashlight because it was dark or whatever. And I'm thinking, a phone's flashlight sucks. It fucking sucks. Like, my phone's flashlight is shit out where I live, guys. I can't even see a freaking damn, I can't see nothing with my phone's flashlight. I can't even see in front of my face.
Just bear with me.
Yep, he recorded 30 minutes and talked about a hill. Yeah, and he showed Malaya the recording. A hill, there you go, with like the river.
I should have just took a screenshot
Hi, Debbie, good to see you.
at the time
You're late,
yesterday.
Joyce. I'm gonna give you 25 late slips. You're tired from walking your dog. Yeah, I hear you. I get like that too. She walks me, that's why. So if it gets dark there at 8:30 and he went to bed at 9:09 that night, how did he do his 30-minute how did he do his 30-minute freaking recording? That's just weird, right? Yeah, that's just freaking weird to me, you guys. It just popped up in my head and I'm like, that just sounds odd to me. Okay. All right. Where are we at? All right, here we go. This is Saturday day. So Malaya got me something to eat Saturday morning. Then I continued searching. At this point, I started searching further out, approximately 5 to 6 kilometers out. Remember that, 5 to 6 kilometers out, to not interfere with the search dogs. The way the dogs work is they detect molecules in the air or on surfaces that are not naturally occurring. So me being ahead of the dogs could leave, Me being ahead of the dogs could leave my scent and disrupt any possible findings. So I stayed far away. Well, being further out in the woods, I sent Malaya a photo on, there you go, of Snapchat of my locations because there was service because of the high elevation. So he was 5 to 6 kilometers out in high elevations, away from the dogs. Which way could that have been? You know, this had to have been before 5 o'clock, right? You could barely see. But think about it. Like, oh, Joyce, enjoy your dinner, honey. You make me some dinner. Actually, I got some banana bread that someone made from scratch that I cannot wait to pick out when I am done. And I gotta marinate some London broil too. So
I think it's coming
high
up.
elevation. We remember Janie talking about this high elevation, right?
I think it's coming up.
Remember her talking about this high elevation, you guys? Do you remember this? She said she had to drive there to get service. Now, I know for a fact off Larrig Road, there is service. Now, it's not perfect like 5G, but you do have service off of Larrig Road. Oh, thank you, Animal Keeper. So, could have Daniel been over off of Larrig Road? Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Hi, Kelly. Could Daryl have been off? Daryl. Daniel, could he have been off of Larrig Road ahead of the dogs, do you think? Where this high elevation is?
I just saw it.
I'd
It's so
say
weird.
Northwest towards Lovett. Am I saying that properly? Lovett. Okay. I think that's very interesting though, right? Like, I think that statement's very interesting. I'm going to look over the maps when I am done with my live because, you know, I'm weird like that. All right, let me blow this up so you guys can see a little bit better.
I'm trying to find it on my phone while you guys
After
listen.
hearing
But
reports that certain people have been allegedly stalking.
There.
Oh gosh, I'm telling you, smarty one. I said,
did you hear this? Okay, here we are. Let's go back.
I cannot wait to pick out when I am done. And I gotta marinate some London broil too. So high elevation. We remember Janie talking about this high elevation, right? Remember her talking about this high elevation, you guys? Do you remember this? She said she had to drive there to get service. Now, I know for a fact off Larrig Road, there is service. Now, it's not perfect like 5G, but you do have service off of Larrig Road. Oh, thank you.
Okay, listen up. Listen up.
So, could have Daniel been over off of Larrig Road? Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Hi, Kelly. Could Daryl have been off? Daryl. Daniel, could he have been off of Larrig Road ahead of the dogs, do you think? Where this high elevation is? I'd say northwest towards Lovett. Am I saying that properly? Lovett. Okay. I think that's very interesting though, right? Like, I think that statement's very interesting. I'm going to look over the maps when I am done with my live because, you know, I'm weird like that. All right, let me blow this up so you guys can see it a little bit better. And after hearing reports that certain people have been allegedly stalking Malay, oh gosh, I'm telling you, smarty one. I suggest she check her. Yes,
Smarty one
yes,
said
yes,
it. Smarty one.
I know for a fact somebody is stalking her, and I know who it is.
So you
I
hear
have
it?
seen a photo of her place and car. Absolutely. Yes, it was sent to me in a private chat.
Sent to her in a private chat.
That is scary. That is
sent to her in a
ridiculous.
private chat.
No one should be freaking stalking anyone. Malaya must know someone with an iPhone to check for her. I think Malaya does have an iPhone, right? I'm not sure. I know her and Janie have this. Well, they did. It is disgusting. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is freaking disgusting. And that might be why we heard of like an RO,
Right?
restraining order. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Remember? We heard about the RO. So did you hear it? Did you hear it? She said she got a picture. She got a private message in a private chat group of a picture. And that might be why we heard about a restraining order when we heard it from Daniel when he was talking about trying not to park close to her for the CPS visits, but he likes to get there early. Remember? Let's just listen to the last few minutes and we're going to get into the next topic.
It's creepy. Check for air tags. Absolutely. I think air tags are only good like if you have small children and want to put it in their shoe or something, or a dog. I have an air tag. I have an iPhone.
It's too low. You
and
can't hear
I
it?
never used it, but I bought it to put on my dog's like collar or something if she ever got loose or something, but she doesn't run around by herself. You know what I mean? Or right?
You didn't hear it? I'll rewind it.
Remember her talking about this high elevation, you guys? Do you remember this? She said she had to drive there to get service. Now, I know for a fact off Larrig Road, there is service. Now, it's not perfect like 5G, but you do have service off of Larrig Road.
Okay, I
Oh,
raised it. Can you hear better now?
So could have Daniel been over off of Larrig Road? Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Hi, Kelly. Could Daryl have been off Daryl? Daniel, could he have been off of Larrig Road ahead of the dogs, do you think, where this high elevation is? I'd say northwest towards Lovett. Lovett, am I saying that properly? Lovett. Okay. I think that's very interesting though, right? Like I think that statement's very interesting. I'm going to look over the maps when I am done with my live because, you know, I'm weird like that. All right, let me blow this up so you guys can see it a little bit better. And after hearing reports that certain people have been allegedly stalking Malay, oh gosh, I'm telling you, smarty one. I suggest
Smarty
you check her.
one
Yes,
said it.
yes, and yes, smarty one. I know for a fact somebody is stalking her, and I know who it is. I have seen a photo of her place and car. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was sent to me in a private chat. That is scary. That is ridiculous. No one should be freaking stalking anyone. Malaya must know someone with an iPhone to check for her. I think Malaya does have an iPhone, right? I'm not sure. I know her and Janie have this. Well, they did. It is disgusting. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is freaking disgusting. And that might be why we heard of like an RO, right?
That was yesterday's live, everybody.
It's creepy. Check for air tags. Absolutely.
This is Daphne's live from last night, everybody.
I think air tags are only good like if you have small children and want to put it in their shoe or something, or a dog. I have an air tag. I have an iPhone and I have never used it, but I bought it to put on my dog's like collar or something if she ever got loose or something, but she doesn't run around by herself. You know what I mean? Or if you don't want someone to like take off with something of yours, right? That's the only thing, because you could put an air tag on anything and know where anybody goes. Oh yeah, trail hiker. Yeah, I don't know if they can actually do that though. Like if it would be, you know what I mean? It's crossing a line that should never be crossed. Absolutely. Just that, yeah, wouldn't want anything to, yeah. No, nobody should be stalking anybody. It's absurd. Or someone with them. Yeah, it's just, it's not right. Your dogs are microchipped. Yeah. See, the thing is though, with microchipping your dogs, if someone finds your dog and they take your dog to the shelter or they take your dog to the vet, is the only way. But otherwise, like if they don't, it sucks. Like you don't know where they're at, right? That's where I think the air tag's good, because you can put it on their collar, and they also have like, I have like a silicone chain, like a thing that clips to their collar. I'm about 10 minutes behind, but I use my phone alarm, even though I have an alarm clock. Oh, there you go. So most people do. Hi, Tina, good to see you. So this letter goes on to say,
okay.
Here, I'll make it larger in just a second, guys.
Okay. There we have it. Not good. Not good. If that's truly what's going on, it's not good. And I hope Malaya knows what's going on. And if it is going on, I certainly hope the RCMP know. Because it's not good. It's just not good. Okay, I'm trying to pull up where I had my open stream. What was planned for today. I've got things that are planned, but sometimes they get pushed aside. So let's go. We're going to go actually back to Daphne, because her and Shannon did a live stream on all the players. All the players. So they did a spreadsheet, because I want to go through who had motive.
I know that some people were thinking that Jordan Geddes was the Jordan Geddes from out west, but he's not.
Hi guys, welcome in. Sorry if I didn't see you. It's good to see everybody. I appreciate all of you for being here. I appreciate Shan for coming up here too with me. I have a bunch of Malaya's texts from when she was speaking with Belinda that I kind of want to go over to before we go on to the files, right? And I think it's important to look at certain things that have been said. Oh, thank you, Haley. Yeah, I was looking. I was like, I didn't see it. Thank you, honey. I'll check in just a minute. Thank you. So I want to add these to stage and kind of just I highlighted a couple things in here, and I noticed that these quotes are being, I don't know if you want to call them quotes, but these statements are being said a lot, right? And
hang on, we're going to move forward.
Like for an extra person?
I'm moving forward to the list here because
I have no idea. Like, I don't know. I don't understand.
She's got a list of all the people, so I want to go
It won't
through
let
that.
me share two things at once. It only lets me pull up one thing, unfortunately. The stream.
We're not doing another Tinkerbell DMAT scenario, are we?
All right, I want to go on with this though. Hold on. I want to read it.
Don't get distracted.
Yeah. This is very interesting, guys.
No way.
Listen. So
no way.
Oh shit. If I can make it.
Okay, so we got the players.
So this is Shan did this part and I did the other part. I tried to add in, then I got mad.
So yes. Under the assumption, Marie, that the kids didn't walk out the back door, who had motive? Under the assumption the kids didn't walk out the back door, who had motive to take the kids, remove them, do whatever happened to these kids? Who had the motive? Because a lot of people think Malaya had motive, which I don't disagree with. I just don't know myself why she would leave behind Meadow and just worry about two kids, right? So Krista, I think you're pretty firm on the Malaya camp. So we're just going to listen to the players here, and who had motive. Let's talk about it first. Maybe we don't even need to listen to this live, to Daphne's live. Who had motive? Who would have had motive? Let's just start with the least likely. Cody and Belinda to protect the kids. Cindy to protect the kids. Malaya to protect the kids. Daniel for what? Revenge? Yeah. And it's been said that she changed her mind. It's been said that she changed her mind. That she was going to leave and then she changed her mind. So I just want to listen to this. We've got Malaya, the mother, Henry Brooks, Malaya's father, Cindy Murray, mother's Malaya, Wade, the boyfriend, Cindy's boyfriend. Haley is her half sister. Joe is Haley's friend. Hayden is her half brother. Hayden's girlfriend is Shelby. There's a long list of players. Let's go through
that word, and you know what I mean. So these are the players that we have and what we know about them. And as we go down here, I wrote like quotes out and backgrounds with them, right? And Shanna actually did good because she connected like
Thank you, honey.
like Cindy, and you know what I mean? So we have Malaya, the mother of Jack and Lily, right? I added down here her affiliation, she's the mother, quote, she said that they never run off. They should have found something, well, which we just showed, right? They should have found something. Her background, CPS, alleged drugs, just saying, allegedly with her, because we didn't know if she was, you know what I mean? No criminal history, right? And then we go on to Henry. He's the father. If you remember Henry, right? He said like the second day or I think it was second day, it was Sunday. He said, why didn't you tell me I'm a
Exactly.
tracker? Do you remember that? So that could be a quote.
Yeah, I didn't mention that one, yes. But yeah, you're right. Janie had motive because she probably couldn't stand having the kids around. Just guessing. Doesn't look like super loving grandma, but she didn't like Malaya. Right. Exactly. So there's a lot of potential people with motive. And it's about, yeah. So I want to listen to the players and then we can talk about who most likely was responsible.
From him.
Who
And
had the strongest motive? How's that? Let's go there. We can't jump to that person being responsible, but who had the strongest motive?
Background. We know he has alleged, didn't he have like domestic violence or something?
Against Cindy.
Yes. Yes.
And there was other charges for trafficking in hydrocodone and mostly pills.
Okay. Okay.
Who's this?
And then you have Cindy Murray.
Many years ago, nothing recent. I think it was about 15 years ago. And nothing since. He is.
And his background, we know he has alleged, didn't he have like domestic violence or something?
Henry, Malaya's father.
Against Cindy.
Yes. Yes.
And there was other charges for trafficking in hydrocodone and mostly pills.
Okay. Okay.
Malaya's father.
And then you have Cindy Murray.
Many years ago, nothing recent. I think it was about 15 years ago. And nothing since. He is an older gentleman now, so people can clean up their act. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly. People can change. It might have just been when he was young or something, who knows. So we go on to Cindy. So Cindy is a nurse, right? She's a registered nurse or something. We don't really have any quotes from her because she hasn't said anything other than like, Malaya, you're coming with me type thing, right? That's it. She's never spoken out. Never. She's never spoken out to the news or anything, right? Not that I know of.
No, she said she was told by RCMP to not speak with media. But I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that she did send an email to Sunny. A brief email, not really with much substance, just saying that along the lines that they were hoping and praying that the children would be found safe. But I can't recall word for word, but it was very basic.
Yes. Okay. Oops, wrong one. Then we have Wade, which is now Cindy's boyfriend. And he kind of just went off, right? Like we don't know his background or anything like that, but he kind of just went off on Malaya and Daniel both, right?
Yeah.
And actually the whole family, everything.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, with everybody, right?
With the video that Tint did when he went to go buy the horse trailer.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And then you have Haley. That's another player. She's the half sister. Alleged Daniel was doing rugs in the bathroom. She was involved in the search with the Please Bring Me Home. I don't think I've done Daniel or Haley yet down below. Have I? No. Then you have
Haley also was integral in sort of bringing to light the possible rug use by Daniel. She did an early interview on Hidden in the Fog And she also, oh, I forget now. There, I had something right there, and then I saw a comment and I lost it.
I'm like that too. Or if I walk through a door, I lose it. Thank you,
Hold
guys.
on, I'm gonna look at my notes.
You were a kid.
Lord.
Did you hear that?
I was
How
like, I
was
gotta play
that?
that. Oh my God. I put some music on. Sometimes it helps you remember. I don't know why. This one does.
Oh yes, sorry. She was also responsible for the argument. One of the arguments. She had spoken to Malaya at the end of.
Okay, I'm going to probably have to stop this because for some reason I am not allowed to play music. I don't know. I get struck every time I play music. Daphne can play music, but I can't. So let's just talk. Let's just talk about motive. Who had motive? I mean, Malaya. Janie is ill. She gets such a hard time. She might know what happened or where they are, but she didn't hurt them, I'm sure. It could be Mary Moose. Yeah, it could be. It could be. So put your, okay. I'm going to leave out like Haley and everybody, okay, for now. Let's just do it this way, just for simplicity. Let's do it into camp. Camp Malaya, Camp Daniel, or both? Do you think Malaya and Daniel, not their family, together are responsible? Did they both plan it? Because they couldn't keep up with the stress financially, the overwhelm, and everything else. So both Camp Malaya and Daniel did it together. Or do you think Daniel did it to keep Malaya with him and to scare her from running away? Or do you think Malaya's camp did it? Let's just keep it simple. Let me know what your thoughts are. My only thing about Malaya, because it makes sense that Malaya would be worried about if you think both of them did it, Donna? You think both of them did it? So you think they both the night before planned, removed the kids, and then made up the story the next day? For me, DM and his family had the motive because they wanted him to leave, and that will cause problems to them, probably revealing information about them. For me, DM and his family wanted M to leave, and that it would cause problems for them. Yeah, okay. Sorry, Don, I don't know what this means. You got to be specific. I don't know what to and no means. I think DM and his family. Okay, got it. Feel that they made a decision together, and that's why she doesn't speak. It will implicate her. Interesting. So even in our own chat here, does anybody think they did it together? Donna thinks DM, and Mary X Moose thinks Malaya either did it or had a choice. Interesting. So even in our own chat. Okay, let's do this. Does anybody want to come up and talk to me? Does anybody want to join the panel? Let's start. RCMP confirmed that they were never told not to speak. They were cautioned to watch what they say. Exactly. Yes, people use, thank you. 1 for yes and 2 for no. We have to ask a question. Okay, let's do this. Let's start with, do you think Malaya and her camp and only Malaya is responsible for this? And if you do, I'm going to invite you to put in the chat what you think her motive would be. Because the only thing I struggle with Malaya being on her own to do this, because it makes sense, right? We know she wanted to leave early. She wanted to leave the relationship. She apparently changed her mind right after the fact. Daniel and Janie had more motive than Malaya. I don't know. Some part of me just believes Malaya couldn't hurt her kids. Yeah, I get that too. I kind of feel that way too, Carla. I think she was scared, but so far, I don't see anybody. Just put Malaya only in the chat because we're all confused about what to type. If you think Malaya and Malaya only, or her family, her and her family with her family's help, are responsible for removing Jack and Lilly, let me know. She is scared straight. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think she's scared too. But did she plan to remove these kids? And if she planned to remove these kids, her and her family, what was her plan to come back and get Meadow? That's the only thing for me that doesn't make sense, because I guess legally, I would just want to walk through this. I guess legally, she could remove Jack and Lilly without any argument from Daniel because he's not their parent. I guess in theory, she could have, but then why not just take the kids and leave? Like, why wouldn't she just take the kids and leave? Why would this whole scenario be concocted? Why wouldn't she just take the kids and leave? Like that's to me, in my opinion, I believe Janie was not fond of Malaya because the way she talks about her too. The way she talks, Jack and Lilly wanted them out of her. I think so too. I personally think Janie was not a fan of kids, doesn't have the patience for it, and Lily's screaming and everything else. She would have took Meadow. Well, that's what I think. But maybe she was going to come back for Meadow. I don't know. Maybe she was going to come back for Meadow. Haley did Hidden in the Fog and said she found drugs, them redacting saying she didn't. Yes. Well, this is it. I think they found drugs. I think given what we know now, I think three was way too many for her to cope with. Who are you talking about? Malaya? You mean Malaya? Because, Malaya could have just lost her marbles and had depression like we talk about. And maybe the kids, if they were autistic, were too difficult for Malaya. That's a possibility. But then what about Meadow? She would just keep Meadow. Important. Anybody on Malaya's side could have a motive if she exaggerated just how bad things were at the home and then last minute made the decision to leave. Yes, that's true, Cindy. That is true. And Derwin Geddes came out and said that he was asked to intervene, right? That Malaya's grandmother asked him to come out and interject a couple of weeks before. So there's that. There is that. Oh, I got my phone playing still. So there's that. In my opinion, only the beginning, I thought for 100% sure those children were on the reserve. Interesting, Carla. And do you think they're on the reserve now? Liane, do you mean Malaya Brooks Murray pulling like a Lindsay Clancy? I don't know who Lindsay Clancy is, but yeah, do you think Malaya, if only Malaya and her family were responsible for the kids being gone, what's your argument? Because I just not sure. I'm having a hard time thinking that Malaya would have done it or her family without worrying about Meadow. That's why I focus on Daniel's family, because Meadow's their blood, but Jack and Lilly aren't their blood, right? So my only hang up, and it's like, if somebody believes that Malaya did this, I just want you to show me why my thinking might be limited and why I struggle with believing that Malaya would remove 2 of her 3 kids. And given she has legal rights to the kids and Daniel doesn't, to remove Jack and Lilly if she felt unsafe, would she have needed to go to this length, or could she just leave and money was taken to get out of the situation? Yeah, I know. A baby's easy to take, but 2 toddlers run. I don't think she was confident. Okay, so Krista, do you think, honey, like, do you think then that Malaya planned to take the 2 kids and then was going to come back for Meadow? Is that, and then something just went wrong? I don't know. I'm flip-flopping like a fish. That's okay, honey. Listen, Carla, I'm the same way. Like, I had my vision of Brad Wong. What does it frickin' mean is still perplexing me. Like, I can't figure that out. And then months later, this bath mat shit shows up. Oh, yes. And let's talk about that just quickly, because I forgot to mention that. Daniel preemptively saying months ago that his sweaters were also missing. And then we see there's a sweater mixed in that group of things. Early on in the case, there was a rumor she lost interest in Jack and Lilly. It was only focused on the baby. And yes, that's right. I remember hearing that. And that came from who? Do you remember, Cindy? That came from Daniel's camp, I was assuming. Or was it Durwood, which is Daniel's camp? Cindy, is that was stated by Daniel? I don't hold much in what he says. Well, that's thank you for answering that, because I'm wondering, okay, I'm late. What money? I don't know either. I don't know what. Welcome in, Belinda. I don't know what money we're talking about either. Somebody mentioned that. I have no idea. We're talking about who had the motive. We're just going back. Like, in order for crime to commit, we don't need to prove motive, but there needs to be a motive, means, and opportunity. So, who had the motive? I want to start with who had the motive. Was it Jack, or was it Malaya and Daniel together? Malaya and Daniel together, or was it Malaya's family, her side of the camp, or was it Daniel's side of the camp? That's just to make it simple. Everything in this case has been planted. Yeah. Exactly. Cindy says, exactly. He still did work 1 full day a week. She had her own vehicle and her own means of leaving as she wanted. That's the thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand. She can't really do anything until it's all over. She'd be watched all the time. DM to me, but we don't know if she was asleep. Me snapped. She woke up trying to stop it, and he said, "You're stuck with me." You think? She didn't get her car until after the kids left. I thought she had just gotten her car. I'd love to know if she got her car from Brad Wong. I'd love to know if Brad Wong helped her get her car, because I still can't get over that vision of him banging into the kitchen, slamming the door open, throwing her an invoice. She could have drove it. It wasn't registered. Carla, you think Daniel's side of the camp? Does anybody here think Malaya and Daniel planned this together? If you think they planned it together, put both or together in the chat. Malaya and Daniel. Forget the families, just Malaya and Daniel. I just want to go from who believes that. I'm going to stick to Daniel's camp. That's my belief, because I think probably Janie didn't have a lot of patience for those kids, and only somebody who doesn't love kids would put a pool in a mud pile. Yeah. You're more leaning with Carla. Daniel's side of the camp. They're all known liars. Yeah. Which is really interesting, because in true crime, we like to go, Patty Malaya's grandmother brought Malaya. But okay, thank you, Carla. Thank you. In April of the month of this year. Okay. That's what I thought. So there's so many facts in this case. That's what I thought. So she did have a car. And let's just talk about that. Was getting the car part of the plan? Was getting her the car part of the plan for her to be able to leave and be independent? Yeah. to DM alone. You think DM did it alone? Malaya, but Malaya wanted them gone. Their mom or ST dad came back to get the car. Daniel sighed, but they implicated Malaya's. That's why she had the script for the interview with F with her head. Maybe. Both or just Daniel. And which plan are you referring to, honey? Which plan are you referring to? Okay, let's talk about this. Durwood said, and we've played it here. Durwood said that he was asked by Patty, Malaya's grandmother, to interject. Right? Now we're learning that, thank you for the reminder, that Patty, Malaya's grandmother, bought her the Pathfinder in April, just before they went missing. Now you're Malaya, you know that your income, Lori, no worries, honey, no worries. Nice to see you. Now you know your income is going to be, your support is coming to an end because you didn't do your taxes. And it seems to me the car was part of her trying to get away, but I can't 100%. I'll have to see if I can dig around and find it. But a lot of people said that she was all about Meadow and only Meadow. I know. I remember that too. But now she's lost Meadow. So it's just, right? Like, what kind of a risk would that put her in? Like, what kind of a risk would that place her in? Yeah, see, that's the thing. It seems to me like she was planning. It's just a really interesting timing, a coincidence in the timing that grandma gets her her own car for her own independence the night before they go missing. She had the vehicle. Daniel supposedly drove it to look for the kids and left it along the road, and then they towed it after she left. Oh, he left it on the road? Ooh, that's so interesting. I didn't hear that. You're sitting on the fence too. Yeah, it's a tough one. I know, it's a tough one. Daniel Martel stated Wednesday that the rock patties is the same day that Lilly got a black eye by the Tonka truck. Oh, yeah? Where's he in the chats? Is he back in the chats, Daniel? Is he back in the chats? I don't remember what I said last, Carla. And on that note, Daniel never disputed the rumor that he agreed with it and said that she had possibly only wanted to be with him, her, and the baby. Really? She had her own vehicle long before the kids went missing. She didn't return to pick her vehicle up after she left for the briefing. It was towed. Remember, Janie said she asked her, "What did you do?" after seeing her at the bottom of the driveway. Well, that's Janie's account, but do you think that's true? I don't remember that specifically, Anne. What did you do after seeing her at the bottom? I mean, it could be Malaya. It could be Malaya. Malaya only lost Meadow because she ran and her mother had no choice but to call CPS thanks to Durwood. Yeah. But then she hasn't been, but I'm using voice command. Oh, that's so cool. I still have to figure out how to do that. But TBH, I flip-flop as well, Carl, on how to split up responsibility. They're all complicit. I'm still struggling. Like, if it wasn't for my visions, I wouldn't have much of a theory, And it's only because of my visions that I feel that it's on the Daniel side because of Jordan Getty's. But anybody absolutely could have driven those kids with any car on board or stolen a car for a few hours. Absolutely. Especially with the people in the area that we know are car thieves, some allegedly. A vehicle mentioned in discussions about the case. A Cadillac SUV on the property was mentioned, but some questioned if it was operational. Okay, thanks, Donna. That's a good point. DM said Malaya's vehicle was towed off the property and towed over into Lansdowne Road, apparently. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. So if you think it was Daniel and Durwood, hey, honey, how are you? Nice to see you. If you think it was the motive, who had the motive and who's responsible for the disappearance of these kids is on the Martell side. It needed a tire or something. Okay. So I don't think that the vehicle's working. Okay. Are you talking about the Pathfinder? Because even in what we just watched from Daphne, she catches Daniel saying he used her Pathfinder to go look for the kids. So he did use the Pathfinder, Malaya's Pathfinder, to go look for the kids. So it had to be working because he said that. We heard that. I heard that on Clutch Them Pearls last night or the night before, as did Daphne's. In your visions, you stated Brad Wong is there. Maybe Brad Wong showing up in your vision to be the one to help solve the case. Well, it could be, but Carla, I don't know if you were here during the live. What happened is we were streaming live and these kids from the UK with a British accent came in. And for some reason, I'm shown this picture of Brad and I described him before knowing what he looked like, I didn't even know who he was. And then I now learned from the Facebook group that I've just gotten into through my cell phone that the kitchen, when you open the door, that you are in the kitchen of that trailer. And I said that, like, he opens the door right into the kitchen. Malaya's standing there and he confronts her and he shows her like an invoice, like money she owed him. So I'm just curious if that's to do with the car, to do with one of her cars. But yeah. Oh, the Cadillac. Okay. Yeah. So Janie and Daniel escorted the kids off, probing someone else's vehicle to threaten to get in like she was going to lose her kids. It could be. Car was not legal. Okay. So maybe the car was picked up by Brad Wong somewhere. Just don't know, do we? We don't know. Maybe Malaya drove them somewhere, just dropped them off, left them in a moment of madness, and then they were gone when she came back. She doesn't know where they were. It could be. It could be, but that wasn't me. Good, perfect. Okay. Didn't Daniel say he had to park? Didn't Daniel say he had to park along the road because it was in the lot on DT? Yeah, it could be. I don't remember that, but it absolutely could be. He didn't say he left it on the road. He claimed to have driven it to search for the kids and parked it in front of the house by the march because the RCMP blocked the laneway. Yes, that's what he said. You're right. I think that's exactly what was said in the live just a couple days ago. Yes, that when he came back, the RCMP were already there. That's on the DT interview. That when he came back, the RCMP were there already, and they told him not to go back into the woods. That's on his interview with DT. Whoever took them. Crap, I missed that one. I didn't know any of that, but do we know where Malaya knows? Do we know whether Malaya knows Brad Wong? No, and I'd asked for that because I wanted to see if Daniel could confirm or somebody could get a hold of her to confirm if she knows Brad Wong. Because this was months ago, and then Brad Wong's involved with the stuff being taken from the fire pit, so it's very strange. So I would like to know if Malaya knows Brad Wong. Whoever took Jack and Lily trafficked them for money somewhere knew they were going to be given to. So maybe many scenarios. Yeah. That came from Darren saying that Janie said it. Janie never confirmed saying that to Malaya. I don't know which part you're talking about, honey. I thought Daniel said it himself. Is that what you're referring to? Switching to computer. Okay, honey. But in Clutch Them Pearls the other day, he caught a blue and then it was corrected to a white Nissan Pathfinder. You're right. Carla, you're right. But the point being, if the white Pathfinder wasn't working, would he be stupid enough? I guess maybe it kind of could be stupid enough to say he used the Pathfinder, but wouldn't the police go, that one wasn't running? How could you have used the Pathfinder? It wasn't running. I mean, it could be. It could be. I have no idea. It wasn't a very friendly encounter. It was not a friendly encounter, though. So that would be very odd. So yeah, he does slip up and he does want to say the blue car, but then he switches it to white. Now, whether that was his recollection or not, I don't know, but the police would know because he drove in apparently by his own accord when they were already there. So they would know if he was lying and got out of a white car or a blue car. Right? They would know. And I mean, actually, that really explains if they thought Daniel was doing something, then they took her car, the white Pathfinder, and towed it. If they were interested as to what he was doing in it just before they arrived, that would be interesting. But we still have these glaring factors on Daniel's camp. Can't overlook the DV Matthews separation. Exactly. Well, this is what thank you, Michelle. This is why we went through all those risk factors the other day, right? Black eyes on the kids. Yeah, because maybe someone unplugged something and said it's not running. Yeah, it could be. Could be. Black eyes on the kids a lot. Yep. Totally. I wish I could figure out how to do the poll in here. It was offered up once in YouTube to do a poll, and now it doesn't come up anymore. I didn't do it that time, and it's like doesn't give me the option anymore. Cadillac SUV was purchased after the kids went missing. Apparently, Daniel bought it with money. He went online gambling. Daniel said he had a car that was parked at his dad's that was not working, allegedly. Yes. But do we know what vehicle that Daniel Malaya used on Thursday afternoon to go into town? We don't. As far as I know, if anybody knows, let me know. But as far as I know, we don't know exactly who had the car or what car they used. So what would Daniel's motive be? Daniel doesn't look all that pretty in this relationship with his sexting other people, new girlfriends who talk about him wanting to grape them. His meth admission to meth use, his admission to knowing Malay wanted to leave him. We know rumored that they were going to lose their child support. We know it's rumored that Malaya wanted to leave him. Could have even been more than one black eye. Yes. We know Children's Aid was involved. You don't see that DM group, Love Jack and Lilly. That tells me everything. It's true. You're right. If they do not display, they're in social media, but they haven't shown up for any of the searches for Jack and Lilly. And we did see the rams, the threatening 2 300-pound rams when the searchers tried to go on the Mackenzie property. I said, wait, oh, sorry. One thing they said, Malaya's white paved. Maybe that was the day before Patty or lot. Yeah, could be. But I would, yeah. I'm going to go with, I think she has a car because if she didn't have a working car, then Daniel saying that he used her white Pathfinder when he came back and the police were there would be kind of a silly thing to say if it could be disproven. But I mean, I could be wrong. All I know is it was towed the next day, the Pathfinder. Exactly. Thank you for answering. I didn't think so anyways, because I haven't heard anything about what kind of vehicle they drove in town that day. Thanks. I have no idea, but I'm assuming it's the Pathfinder, Krista. But again, could have even been major head trauma. Yeah. I mean, the only thing to me, the only two things could have happened if there was an accident in the home where both Malaya and Daniel were there and they covered it up, was somebody hit one of the kids too hard and something happened, or they got into the rugs and something happened. And then they're covering it up. That's the theory for the two of them. Then they're covering it up because, it's irresponsible to have the rugs in the home or to whatever. If Daniel lost his patience or she lost her patience and one of them were hit too hard and they were unalived by mistake, then you could see the two of them covering it up, right? Then you could see the two of them. What would Daniel's and Daniel's family for motive be? Janie's saying to Milan, what did you do? Jenny stated that did not come from her, that came from Darren. Well, this is it. Like, I don't know if we can trust any of the statements coming out of the Martel family on social media as being accurate. That's their version, right? That's their version. Less mouths to feed. Well, if you're Janie and you hear that Malaya is trying to leave your son, and I'm just going back to the one thing that makes sense to me about Daniel's family being involved. If it wasn't Daniel who was trying to keep her in place, right? Daniel would be like, you're not leaving me. I'm going to take the kids as a threat. That could happen, potentially, allegedly. But let's go back to what Durwood said, which is where my head's at on the theory. He said, and somebody referenced it here earlier, that Malaya was making crazy talk accusations. She did have a car. Remember, she went to get plates for a vehicle the day they went to the laundromat. Okay, thank you. I didn't remember that. But Durwood saying Malaya was going to make a bunch of crazy talk, was talking crazy stuff about her family, right? About the family, about Daniel's family. So if Malaya's decided she's just had enough with the abuse, the lack of money, and the rug situation, and they knew she was planning on leaving, and she was going to potentially use the home environment against Daniel and Janie down the road, that would affect custody of Meadow and everything else, that could be motive for the Martel camp. And that's kind of where I lean. But that doesn't mean I'm right. There were no issues with Malaya's car. If you go back to Logan's interview, she was correcting that was the reason the car was left behind. And she said, no, the vehicle works fine. That's what I thought. Thank you, Cindy. That it was towed because she refused to return for it. Yeah. Well, she was probably over, like, a lot of people thought it was weird that she left the scene. And I'm just like, I think if there was a fight going on, which Haley suggested about the rug use and her family accusing Daniel of stuff, and there's this big fight going on, she probably didn't want to go back to the house to get the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't blame her. So that makes sense to me as to why she didn't go back and why it was, they needed to be tagged or something. I don't know, honey. But it could have been, but it didn't mean the car didn't work, right? It could have been just transferring the plates, getting it registered with the new car in her name, getting it registered with the ministry here in Canada. Yes, exactly, Donna. To get it registered doesn't mean it doesn't work. It's just like what I'm going through with my car. So I researched last night. I got $375 US, approximately 500 Canadian, to raise in parts before I can get my car safetied. And in Quebec, it has to be safetied before I can transfer my ownership from the Ontario ownership to Quebec ownership. So whenever you buy a car, you need the ownership transferred in your name. So the car worked. She just had to get it transferred in her name, from what I understand. That's what I'm picking up, which doesn't mean it didn't work. It just wasn't legally registered in her name yet, because she would have only had it for a little while. But she would have had a vehicle that works, because I just don't see how Daniel would lie about, he wanted to say blue car, so he might have used the blue car. He might have used, and you have a certain time to drive it before you transfer your registration, but not long. But yes, but so it could have been legal to drive. I mean, you have to get it to the registration office. You have to buy it and then go through the process, and you have to use the car to get it to those places to get the process complete. So it's not necessarily wasn't that it was legal. It just hadn't been registered in her name yet or transferred yet. But it was an accident in the driveway. Justin was drunk and fighting with his wife, pulled in and hit them. Did Janie? If it was an accident in the driveway, Justin was drunk, fighting with his wife, pulled in, hit them. Did Janie try to save them? Why she didn't want anyone in the RV the next day? They blame Malaya, no one watching. Could be. So you're talking about, Michelle, if Malaya went to bed and then shit broke out. Someone said Malaya visited the bathroom 7 times. I heard that mentioned the next day. I think she was high, and her mother, being a nurse, recognized the signs, moved her out of there. Well, I don't know. I mean, I heard Daphne talking about that last night about like I have a small bladder. I use the bathroom constantly. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that's a stretch. I think that's a stretch because she used the bathroom 7 times. I don't know. I mean, maybe she just had a lot of coffee. Maybe she was nervous. I don't know. I think that's a stretch, but that's just me. They did that the day they did the laundry at Patty's. Yeah. We're always driven to the M to get not using the new car. We were always driven to the no way. Okay. Interesting, Donna. Yeah. I mean, that's bladder infection. Yeah, I mean, it could be anything. She's like anything. Like, listen, after giving birth, for all you men in the chat, your bladder's never the same. It's just not. She got the money to buy from Patty to buy the plates. Thank you. Yeah. Nervous to be around. It could be nervous to be around. It could be because she knew she was leaving. Maybe she was nervous. Maybe she went pee 7 times because she was planning on leaving. I mean, but if it was the next day, who knows? Maybe she was up all night drinking coffee. We don't know. Sneeze, poof, wet your drawers. Oh, shit, Donna, you're hilarious. You're hilarious. You're hilarious. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So have we missed any angles in this discussion? Have we missed any angles in this discussion? Could be. Do we have one we're leaning towards? Have anybody shifted their perspective? Have we missed any angles? Let's listen to this for a few more minutes.
The driveway and said to her, like, what the heck's going on? And had confronted the family. And then there was one of the 2 altercations.
Yeah.
Haley wasn't the only one that found the blanket, Michelle. She was with a group of them, including...
I totally forgot that I can't play it anymore because she started with the music. I totally forgot. Okay. We're going to call it a day. I got to get some groceries. I got my ebook done, but I got to get my Pinterest going. And what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and start separating the channel like we talked about before, and do tarot readings. But I think what I'm going to do for the tarot reading channel is cold cases. So I think I'm going to change the name to MMO Tarot Cold Cases. We will do Jack and Lily. Okay. That doesn't mean we will do Sebastian. I just want to have the opportunity to do more readings on other kids and other cases. So I think I'm going to change the name. But if you're interested in the tarot readings, let me pull that channel up. And I will be back tomorrow, but I think I'm going to do Nick Reiner because there's so much crazy stuff going on tomorrow morning. Nick Reiner, because I think Ticking Time Bomb. Yeah, I know. Me too, honey. Me too. Gus Lamont. Yes, I did do Michelle. I did do 2 readings on Gus, but I do want to update. Basically, what I want to do tomorrow is there's updates on Gus, Anna Kepner, and Nick Reiner. So I wanted to do the morning show tomorrow on updates on those 3 because I think tonight's live is going to go a long time. I suspect if you're at the other side of the world or you're like me and you can't stay up that late, that some people want to watch it tomorrow. So I just think it's not going to be a good time to do more Jack and Lily. Everybody's going to be really obsessed, as we all should be, watching this one tonight. I wish I could have been her name for her to be able to go and get plates for it. Yeah. It would have had to be in her name. Yep. Yeah, but if her mom bought it, it would have been for her, right? So, or her grandmother, rather. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow morning because I want to do updates on Gus Lamont, Anna Kepner, and Nick Reiner. It's crazy. Okay, but it's mainly going to be Nick Reiner because there's not as much. But yeah. And I did do readings on Gus Lamont. So let me just pull up the other YouTube page so you can go and subscribe. We've got 92 subscribers. I'm going to start. Hang on, got the wrong one. I'm going to start doing readings on this channel. I can't get it to come up. It's so bizarro. Why is it being so difficult? It's not letting me show my own channel. There it is. God, being weird today. It's got a different banner at the top, and it's got the tarot, and it's MMO tarot, and I used deliberately the same name so people can track and it's not so confusing. But in the brackets, Motive.Means.Opportunity, I'm going to do hyphen cold cases, because I do. Oh, I forgot to share it. That would be helpful. I'll put the channel here in the link. If you're interested in the tarot, I'm going to do cold cases. Oh, it's still not giving me the link. Hang on. So giving me a hard time today. There it is. When we get to 500 people on that channel, this channel, I'm going to start doing cold cases and more readings. But for now, we're going to split, because this 11 o'clock time seems to be working well for all of us. There was 4,600 views on my stream yesterday morning from Jack and Lilly. There was that's one of the better streams I've had in a very long time. Thank you, honey. So yeah, so we're going to be tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Then my grandson's going to come over tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to do Sunday night, so I don't miss him, because I want to have him over, because I do watch them every week. What was I trying to show you? It doesn't matter. Yesterday's stream at 11 a.m. Was one of the best streams. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please do that. 4,500 on the meth and madness ended up watching the stream yesterday at the end of the day. 4,500. That's a really good stream for me. That's not typical. So we're going to stick with this time frame. But tomorrow morning, I'm going to do the updates on Gus Lamont, Anna Kepner, and mainly Nick Reiner. Okay? So we'll see you at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Do all the YouTube things if you want to follow the tarot on this other channel, where I will be doing other things. Thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. No worries. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate all of you being here. I really, really do. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. And I'll be in the chat tonight. I ended up just delaying it with my daughter because I was tired and I got to get groceries and whatever. It just suits better, because I like on the weekends to do Saturday mornings and then a Sunday night, so I can have time with family and just not have to worry too much about the YouTube. So that pattern, that schedule I can keep and still have my grandson over. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you, Krista, honey. I really wanted to do more of Daphne's stream, but I didn't know she has music playing, and I cannot play music and not get stricken. I don't understand how people like Daphne can do it all the time. And so does Justin. Clutch Them Pearls. I don't get it, and I get stricken. It's just the weirdest thing. So that's why I didn't get to finish the way I wanted to go into today. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the chat later tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern with the big panels. Sunny, It's a Crime and Shame, Clutch Them Pearls, Justin, Daphne, Nova's Inquest. I think she took the last spot. Charmaine and Bree. And I don't know who the last person is. Could Daniel's other kids have caused the black eyes if they've been playing? I mean, I guess so, but I don't know how often they lived there. They must have music, must pay for it. I have no idea. I mean, I've tried to do copyright-free music and been streamed, cut down, slashed, I have no idea. But anyways, thank you for being here, everybody. See you in the chat later tonight. It should be really good. And we'll see you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. And then Sunday night again. Okay. And then I might do a reading to see how I feel today. Okay. His kids were there every other weekend. So that makes sense. That could be. It could be too. But I mean, it could be. But I mean, if the kids are beating up the other kids, is that a problem that you should be looking into? Yeah, and these kids apparently have said that, yeah, everybody have a good day. I don't know. It could be everything. Anything's possible. Do I think that's what happened? No, but it could be. Okay, everybody. Thank you for being here. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the chat for the epic live at 7:00 later Eastern tonight. Okay, love and light, everybody. Be good. Be good today. Be good. Be safe. Give yourself a hug and give your loved ones a hug, please. Love and light.